Hey guys, Goddess on Fire Tarot 128. I am doing a reading slash uh, um, just speaking about what happened to me the other day. Um, so what was this Friday? It was November 11th, 11/11, and my babe was off from work. The kids are here, and was my niece here? No, she wasn't here yet. So my oldest had a pain in his back earlier in the day. I gave him some Advil. Now, we have Advil in the house. Okay, so this whole story has to do with how the divine works in your favor. So you typically have Advil in the house. I'm the only one that uses it unless someone comes over and they need it, or like my oldest, if he has a headache, he'll use them. But they'll typically last a really long time because I don't use them that often. So Friday he had some pains. We looked, there was only one tablet left. So I told him that I would go to the store later in the day to get him some more. I didn't end up going until later that night, but he came to me at like 8 something or 7 something, and I was cooking. And he said his back was hurting, and I was like, oh, that's right, I forgot to get the Advil. So I told him after I finished cooking, I would go to the store to get the Advil. I finished cooking, fed everyone. I came upstairs just to lay down for a minute or two because I don't know if you've listened to any of my other readings, but there was a reading where I talked about some issues that I was having with my ear. And they're so much better, but it's not fully cleared up yet. So I was just laying my head down and I was lazy. I didn't really feel like going, but I knew that I needed to go. So I just maybe laid my head down and talked with my husband for about half an hour or so. I finally decided, come on, get up and let's go. Because if he wanted to go to sleep, I didn't want him to be in pain. So I get up, I go to Walgreens. Now, I was thinking to myself, maybe I should just run up to the 7-Eleven. There are two 7-Elevens near me. One very much close to my house, less than a half a mile. And then there's one about a mile or a little more. And the one that is a mile or a little more is not even like that far, but it's just aggravating to get to. So I thought to myself, just go to 7-Eleven and get, the packs of Advil. And then I thought to myself, no, because it's not cost effective because they're like $2 each for like 2 pills. And then I figured if I went to Walgreens, I could just get a bigger count so that we could have them in the house in case someone else needed them. So I went back with myself back and forth for a few minutes and decided to go to the Walgreens. So I go to the Walgreens and I pick up the Advil. I get some chapstick, I think some juice, and like a little snack for myself because I always get a little snack for myself when I'm out shopping. Well, not always, but a lot of times. Anyway, I get into the line and the freaking the system goes down. There are two people at each. There are one person at each register. So there were two people in the front, and then it was me and another person in front of me. So we're standing there, and they're trying to figure out what's going on. The cards are not working, and the cashier says, "Well, if you don't have cash, we can't take your order." So I was like, are you so super serious? I'm like, oh my God, why? So then I decide, all right, I can't take it because I don't have cash on me. So I get in the car, and now the 7-Eleven that's a mile and some change away is closer to the Walgreens. And I think to myself, maybe I can go to the different Walgreens, but that one is about like 3 miles away. I just didn't feel like traveling that night. I just wanted to come home. So I said, let me go to the 7-Eleven that is closest to the Walgreens. I go to the 7-Eleven and I sit in the car for a few minutes. Now I'm vibing the whole way there because I'm listening to this old song by Mary J. Blige with You Remind Me, the remix. Puff, what's that right there? Dun, dun, dun. But the beat, I don't know, it does something to me. So I had that on repeat the whole way to the Walgreens. Had it on repeat when I was going to the 7-Eleven. So I get to the 7-Eleven and I park and I'm ready to go in. And as I'm walking in, there's somebody walking towards me that I know but doesn't live in my city. They live in the town I used to live in. And ironically, this young lady's mother and I don't have any problems with her, but she seems to have hella issues with me. So I'm looking and I'm thinking, is that who I think it is? Because I haven't seen her in freaking years, like 18 years maybe. And she was a baby then. She was like, we don't know each other, although it's such a long story. Never mind. It's not even worth telling. But I'm looking and I'm like, okay, that's her. Now you'd think if you haven't seen her in 18 years, how do you know it's her? I am friends. Her mother and I share friends on Facebook. And they've shared pictures of her daughter over the years. So I've gotten to see her. But I'm thinking to myself, is that her? Now, to preference, I've had a lot of readings the last 2 years at least that say that there is something very sneaky or very deceptive going on with regard to that energy. So it just seemed really strange to me that they were so close, or she was so close to where I lived. And the city I used to live in is like 25 minutes away. Depending on the traffic, it could be more. So it just, not that it's not possible that somebody could travel to another city and you just happen to see them, but it just seemed very odd. And then the way that she walked out, like we crossed each other, like I looked at her like, yo, I know who this is. But the way she walked away was if she was purposefully not trying to look at me, because she didn't look at me at all. So it just felt very odd. The energy that I received from that encounter was it felt funny. So I came home and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a reading. So I picked up this deck here, the Haunted House Tarot. And I haven't used this in a while. So I picked this up, and when I opened the deck, there are 3 cards in here that don't belong here. These 3 cards belong to the Law of Attraction Tarot. So I must inadvertently put them in there with this deck by accident, but not an accident, because again, everything happens for a reason. There's a purpose for everything. And with the things that I've gotten in my readings, the things that I've heard in readings, the energy of this individual is very negative. Not necessarily the young lady, but with her mom, very, very negative. Especially towards me. And so I wanted to do a reading to get, some energies about that encounter. And I got, this one was in the middle and this one was here. So I got the 8 of Cups and this is the Law of Attraction deck. And if you notice, these dice that are falling from the sky, this is a 6 and this is a 5, number 11. This was Friday, 11/11. The Eight of Cups is typically someone who is in the Law of Attraction tarot. The meanings are a little bit different. So this tarot deck, I typically just really go by what the pictures say to me. So this is someone to me who is taking a chance. They're rolling a dice, hoping that something could happen. I don't know. But in rolling that dice, there was a tower moment. Something blew up. Something unexpected happened that this person wasn't Sophia, I thought, expecting to happen. When I see this card here, this is the Ten of Cups. This is ultimate happiness. This is emotional contentment. This is happy home, happy life. This could deal with friends and family, just people you have a really strong connection with. When I look at this card, though, and she's sitting outside her home is here. She's sitting outside her home vulnerable, but there's a rainbow above the house. So this tells me that I am protected, not only in my house, but outside of my house. This rainbow is a source for me of like a spiritual energy, an alignment, a connection. You get luck at the end of a rainbow with leprechauns. So this tells me that my energy is protected wherever I am. I am divinely protected, even when I'm out in a space where I'm vulnerable and open to anything. There are people with me. There are energies with me that are making sure I am good. Then we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is typically making a decision that is the best for you. You're making a decision that you're most passionate about. But when you look at this card, this person, it's almost like they turn around and they see someone that they didn't expect to see. It's like a shadow was following them. This could also be another form of protection, where this to me would be more of those energies, those deities that don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. We have the Hierophant with someone being exorcised. This is an exorcism, trying to get some evil out of someone, or trying to expel or deter or block some evil. This is the King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles, for some odd reason, and it shouldn't be odd, but he reminds me of what Archangel Michael would look like if he was in human form. Like just the size of him, and I imagine him with a beard and a mustache anyway. So this is someone who is a protector. This is someone you can call in as your warrior spirit. Someone who doesn't play any games. Your warrior spirit, having your back, making sure that you're good when you're out in these streets and you're vulnerable and you're not in the, because my house is very protected. I'm very protected. The people connected to me are very protected. So I don't play those type of games. But with the energy that I put out and the energy that is around me that helps guide me. What are the odds that I waited to go to the store, and then when I go to the store, the machine breaks down while I'm in the line and have to go to another store that I initially didn't want to go to see someone who has issue with me. And for these cards to be in this deck and they don't belong here, it's crazy. But I'm going to pull some other cards so that we can get some information. Or so I can get some information, because this is ideally a personal reading. We have home foundation, infidelity, and cheating. Infidelity and cheating. So infidelity and cheating could be what it is, infidelity. It can have something to do with infidelity. It can have something to do with cheating. You don't just cheat on a spouse. You can cheat the system. You can cheat yourself out of opportunities. Um, Growth and expansion. I dream. House of unconscious. House of the unconscious. This is the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. I've been trying to put down or try to study with the astrology a little bit more. So in the 12th house, which is Neptune and Jupiter, the 12th house is your unconscious thoughts, the unseen realm, karma, soul karma, secrets, intuitive gifts, means of escape, unconscious memory from the past, spirituality, imagination, dreams, healing, self-reflection, fears, hidden desires, hidden enemies, hidden activities, illegal work, unlawful situations, one's wild, untamed nature, wild animals, and addictions. Now we have the 12th house out here with things that are unseen, that are hidden. What was going to happen? Oh my God, I dream. Neptune dreams, intuition, house of unconscious, 12th house again with extracurricular activities. What was going to happen that night? What was going to be, what was the purpose of that? Why did I need to see that? Why was I needed to be seen? We have I dream with Pisces again, and we have the 3rd house with Mercury, house of intelligence. 3rd house. It's ruled by Gemini. This is the mind, intellect, learning, communicative processes, analyze problems, perceive information, writing, editing, speaking, thinking, reading, conducting research. This is about siblings, family, relatives, neighbors, technology, early education. Was this something that I needed to know? Something I needed to see for some reason? Something that I was supposed to see. I'm going to take these cards since they fell out. Communication. Is it worth the price of admission? Intuition, beginnings, manifesting, inspiration, independence, vibrating high. This was happened to on 11/11. This is 111. We have entrepreneur, narcissistic behavior. Under is it worth the price of admission? This is someone who lacks empathy, troubled relationships, excessive need of attention, admiration, and entitlement. We have trauma bond, unhealthy attachment, physical, mental, and emotional abuse. Children, this person's child. A feminine energy. Oh my God. Inner child. This person has issues in terms of their inner child, this trauma bond that they have, this unhealthy attachment to me. This person lacks empathy for me. This has to do with some type of contract or agreement, some type of moon magic, and this person needs a spiritual cleanse. At the bottom of the deck again, we still have with Pisces energy. I dream. Neptune, dreams, intuition, 12th house. Let me read the 12th house to you again. Unseen realm. This happened at night. This could have been some type of moon magic. Soul karma, secrets, intuitive gifts, means of escape, unconscious memory from past, spirituality, imagination, dreams, healing, self-reflection, fears, hidden desires, hidden enemies, hidden activities, illegal work, unlawful situations, one's wild, untamed nature, wild animals, and addictions. This is a narcissistic female whose child was involved in whatever was going to happen? Is it worth the price of admission? Right underneath narcissistic behavior, right underneath female energy with moon magic underneath. This person was trying to manifest something that they didn't think, that they know they shouldn't have been doing. This might have been someone trying to come to my house with communication and entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business. This female child could have tried to do, I don't know, wanted to talk about something, wanted to come to some agreement about something. I'm not sure. But this contract with this feminine energy, again, an unhealthy attachment. This person's inner child, this needs to be healed. This communication could have come from their child. With, don't do that, let's not do that. I don't know what was going to happen. I just know that it didn't feel right and it didn't feel good. Falseness. Oh my God. Y'all can't make this shit up. Falseness. And we just got a cat. This is someone who was going to come with haughtiness at the bottom. Haughtiness for me is, the peacock is a beautiful bird. It's a beautiful animal. A bird's animals. It's beautiful. But when for this card with haughtiness, this makes me feel like someone that makes something look good. This is someone who wears all the best clothes and presents themselves in the best light, but it's not real. It's fake. It's something underneath it. Something to do with a widower, something to do with a foe, pleasure seekers, prison, joyfulness. This is people getting together, celebrating something, celebrating some type of a contract or agreement with regard to money. Like, I'm not, I mind my business. I really do. I really do. I rarely even leave the house. Not that I don't even divulge that type of information, because I know that there are people that watch me for the simple reason to try to get information. The people that I could have been like third party with, wife. This person could be a wife. I am a wife. But this wife was on a journey. And I didn't see anyone but the daughter. So I don't know who else she was with. So she could have very well been with friends. She could have been very well over here visiting friends. That's not the energy that I received. That's not what these cards are telling me. This person was on a journey. And this is consistency. So this is not the first time. This is something somebody's been faithful to. But now they're in despair and feeling sick and ill. Yo. Like, I don't know what is going on. I don't know what people's issue with me is. I honestly don't know. And to say I don't care would be a lie. Not care in such a way that is going to make or break any type of situation. But this is hope. Someone has hope. Hope for something. Hope why? What are they hoping for? But it just baffles me. It really does. This situation baffles me. The fact that it was like maybe 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, when the way readings happen for me, especially for my personal readings, you have to place yourself in my energy in order for me to think, yo, why do I feel this way about this person? And then the next thing you know, I do a reading just to figure out what the energy is between us. I don't just go doing readings on people. That's not my business. And when I say place yourself in my energy, I get intuitive nudges. I get messages. I get channeled messages. The way that things work for me, it's like, especially if I haven't thought about this person in, like, say a few weeks, say it's like a friend of mine, and I haven't thought about them, but in the last week there have been little things that come up that makes me wonder about something with regard to them. Like, I'll think about something, and then I'll hear someone say on the TV, if I'm watching like a reading, and I'll hear someone say a sign, and it's that person's sign, and I'm like, what the fuck? So what's really going on with this person? And I'm like, you know what? Then I'll get more little messages, and then I'll finally just do a reading and figure out what the hell is going on. So that's what happens with anyone in my energy that I start to pull away from, or like, I had a friend, I'll use that word loosely, that I would have never thought at all, at all. It wasn't even in my radar. But as soon as I started awakening and started really paying attention to the people around me, people tell on themselves. They don't think they are because they think they're putting on such a great act, but they tell on themselves with some of the things they say, the things they do, their reactions to things, your facial expression when I say something to you. Like, it's crazy. So when I started really paying attention to those things, and maybe not just brushing them off, it's like, oh, that's just who this person is. I really found out that this person was, oh my God, this person, oh, it wasn't a good look. It was not a good look. And I spent a lot of years being friends with this person, which just, I don't know. So the type of person I am, I stick in things. Longevity is something that I do, especially when I see something in it that, like, I can see people's potential, for a lack of a better word. Just because you're this way and this is how you act, or these are some of the things that you do, there's a reason behind all of that. Why do you act that way? I can understand that you went through some trauma as a child, and this is why you're so, clingy or so codependent. Because those are things that we could work on. Those are things that you could work on. Those are things that can get better. But if you're just a liar, if you're a thief, if you're a manipulating person, I don't want that energy around me. I don't want you to feel one way about me, but you're trying to act as if it's a whole different way. Tell me how you feel. I'd rather know the truth than to be lied to. I really would. I can deal with the truth. I can move with the truth. Depending on what that truth is, I might be able to still rock with you. But you would lie to me? Nah, no. So, picking up this energy here from this individual wasn't something that I was looking for. It came to me because this person is in my goddamn energy. And very, very, very manipulative and nasty for no reason. Like, I really don't understand. It's the psychology of it that makes me wonder. Like, what is going on that makes a person be so just nasty? So we have number 10. So October could be significant. D, the letter D. We have 8, 6, Scorpio. This happened during Scorpio season. So October, we say August and June could be significant. The letter D. We have W. We also have Virgo. We have the letter K. We have the number 0. I don't know if you can see those. The letter L. This could have something to do with work. The letter B, laboratory. someone could work in a laboratory. Um, see, lab work. Someone could be getting lab work done. DBL. These could all be initials as well. Delaware could be significant.